What's up, family? So I'm just leaving the gym, Planet Fitness, and I figure I'll have a conversation with you guys, right? I figure we'll take a stroll, take a walk. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not that hot. It's not that cold. I'm chilling. You know, I just worked out. I did back day, and I did, excuse the Walmart thing, you know what I'm saying, because Walmart is close by. But I did backs. I did a back workout, a couple back workouts, and what else I do? I did some chest, right? And I was thinking, because I wanted to have a conversation, because I'm seeing a lot of women on TikTok. A lot of women on TikTok talking about men are mad because women don't want to be with them because they can hold their own. They can take care of their bills. They don't need a man. And women are saying basically on TikTok that men are mad because women don't need them, right? And they're also saying that now that women don't need them no more, they also wanted to say in their TikToks that men do not know how to have the hard conversations. And what I want to get to is men really don't care, right? If you want to be a girly girl, if you want to date other girls, if you want to date multiple men, you can do what you want when you want to do it, right? But the point is, the reality is that you are only saying those things on TikTok because you're hurt. You're hurt. You're speaking from a place of trauma. You want validation from other women. That's why most of you women were buying them books from Steve Harvey, Think Like a Man and all that, right? Because at the end of the day, it was cultivated for women to be able to work for themselves, for women to be able to take care of themselves. If you look at if you look from yesteryear, back in time, right, women weren't being able to vote. And that's fine. I'm all for women being able to vote and let their voice be heard. And at the end of the day, majority of men say that the family court system is stacked against them. Even when they get divorced, half of their things be taken away. And you know what men do? They make the adjustments. They don't complain. They do what they got to do. They'll stack their bread. They'll couch hop if they have to. They'll go back in their mama's basement. They'll work multiple jobs because at the end of the day, we already know that nobody is going to save us. I teach my son that nobody is going to save you. As a man, you have to hold your own. And if you think about it, when a man doesn't take accountability and do what he got to do, people don't respect them. Society don't respect them. Because at the end of the day, men are the most underappreciated people. They're the most underappreciated. But we also understand that we have to make the adjustments. And that's just the reality of it. Nobody cares. We have to save ourselves. So that goes for you women too. If you guys want to be able to, y'all want to take care of y'all bills and pay y'all bills and y'all don't need a man, well, at the end of the day, hold yourself to the same standard in regards of handling y'all business and stop complaining. I feel like women always have the opportunity or make the opportunity to find a way to complain. They say they want to work and pay their own bills and they don't need a man, but then they complain about their job. Right? They complain about the man, for goodness sake. When in reality is all the man trying to do is have a tough conversation. And I tend to disagree. It's the woman that don't know how to have the tough conversations because they want to lead with emotions. Right? But then they want to be in a position and do what men do. But then they don't want to have the hard conversations. They want to sit there and they want to talk about how the man mistreated them. And the man is simply breaking down what's best for the family, what's best for the relationship, what's best for the marriage, and they don't want to hear it. Every time the man express the issue, right, the things, the boundaries, the things that is making the relationship have difficulty in the first place, they break it down from the simple fact is, for example, I'll give you an example in my own life, right? I have dealt with a woman that doesn't know how to communicate their emotions without texting them. But at the end of the day, we could kick it. We could go out to eat. We could work out. We could do all those fine things. But we have to make the adjustments to have the hard conversations and not just always be able to talk when we having good times. And I communicated that. And she insists on texting. That's fine and dandy. But also, we are going to have these genuine conversations because a lot of times text messages can get misconstrued. They don't have no meaning to it and they don't have no sentiment to it. So you're taking a text for literally what it is, but at the end of the day, it has no context because you can't feel a text message. You only read what you see and understand what you saw, but you don't understand the overall meaning for it. It doesn't have a tone. It doesn't have a sentiment. It doesn't have an effect, right? It doesn't have an affectionate approach that I may have if we are kicking it in person and having those tough conversations, right? So that's all I'm saying is I can say that, and she still insists, oh, but I have a hard time having those tough conversations because how I grew up. Now you're complaining. But then majority of women, using my example, majority of women want to say that they could do what a man do, but better. But in reality is, when we're having a tough conversation, your emotions is involved, right? So I disagree that men don't want to have the tough conversations. If anything, it's women that continue to complain and cry like a baby because the man is keeping it straightforward, and at the end of the day, they don't like it. They don't like that the man is keeping it straightforward, and they feel like they being scolded. And I feel like women are like children. You have to direct them. That's why God had made it where it's God over man, man over woman, woman over children, right? And the reality is, he is taking the effort to appreciate you and appreciate what you do and love on you, and you are a helpmate. Yes, you are a tool by the grace of God because you are a helpmate for that man. You are made up in your DNA to be a helpmate to a man. And that's the fact. It's in the Bible. You are a helpmate. You're supposed to fill in the gaps that the man is in need of. For example, if he busting his behind every day and killing himself, cook a meal. Make sure the kids are straight. Make sure the clothes, the laundry is done, right? Simple as that. Fill in the places where he can't get to so he can ultimately get to business, pay the bills, make his money so it ultimately benefits the family. That's the reality of it. But the thing is, women, right? They feel like just because the man holding them accountable, oh, I'm a fuck up, oh, I'm horrible, or I'm trying my best. And the reality is, he just telling you because he have your best interest and he want what's best for you. That's all. Nobody said you was a horrible person. That's like taking care of my son, right? Just because I discipline him doesn't mean I hate him. A lot of kids run away or call themselves just because they're being disciplined or they on punishment. They feel like their parents hate them and things get misconstrued or misunderstood, right? But that's not the reality. I love him. That's why I'm teaching him discipline. So when he get out here in these streets, he know how to carry himself. He know how to conduct himself like an appropriate, respectful citizen. He's humble. He's not sitting there shitting on people and putting people down, right? If anything, he's loving people. He's lifting them up. Anybody that comes his way that serves him, and he have the best interest for all people, and he treat others the way he want to be treated, and being a righteous young man. So my son may not understand it, but it doesn't mean I don't have his best interest because he feel like I'm disciplining him, that I hate him. No, I love him, and that's a such thing as tough love. And a lot of you women act like big children, running around complaining that your man is actually holding you accountable because he cared. Because if he didn't care, he wouldn't even be talking to you. He'll walk away. He'll handle his business. See, men don't have a hard time when they're alone. They don't care about being lonely. When men are alone, they're not lonely. They stick to their purpose and they handle their business. They be the women complaining that they lonely. That's why they on TikTok talking about how they got divorced and they can't believe it and they don't need a man. No, you just looking for a group of people to validate what you saying, because the reality is you know that you are speaking from a traumatic place, and you hurt. And you just want validation from other women, and you want a woman, yeah, girl, you didn't need him, blah, blah, blah. That's all you worrying about. That's why y'all reading Steve Harvey books like Think Like a Man. Y'all want to operate like a man, but y'all really can't operate like a man because y'all wasn't made to. It wasn't in your DNA genetic makeup. That's why God said you're a helpmate, right? You don't see women over there on cranes and construction buildings doing the toughest jobs. I worked at the USPS for a little bit. Most women, only thing they were doing were scanning the codes on the packages that the men have already lugged over to them to put it on the to put it through the line. So a man had I lifted Firestone tires, right? 3 packs, right? And I put it on the line, and all she did was scan it and push it down. But you didn't see her lugging it. You don't see a lot of women USPS drivers. If anything, they got a help person. They got a person that's helping them. They got a man that's helping them lift those things, because to be honest, it's strenuous. It's strenuous on them. They can't endure for long enough like men. Men are stronger. Men are faster. And just because we don't talk doesn't mean that we're not more emotionally intelligent. That's why we move with more logic and women move with more emotions. That tells you right there that you need to shut up, let your man guide. He has your best interest. Listen to what's told, because he's telling you for a reason. Peace, fam.